dolls, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. You know what to do. Go ahead and click the subscribe button below and become a part of the family. My name is Z and I love to do tons of fun, feminine, and lifestyle content on this channel. So if that's something you dolls are interested in, please be sure to press the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a new video. All of my social medias will be linked in the description box below. So now that you dolls know everything you need to know, let's go ahead and hop into this video. Quick disclaimer, if I sound a little nasally, I am dealing with a cold right now. I am very sick, but I wanted to get this video up for you dolls. So you dolls all read the title. In today's video, we are going to be reviewing Sabrina Carpenter's Caramel Dream. You guys, I was on the hunt for this as soon as I found out she came out with it. I only heard about it in the fall time and I started looking immediately. I do have the Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth fragrance as well and I'm obsessed with it, so I have big hopes and expectations for this Caramel Dream fragrance. Okay, so I picked up the 1 ounce and I think it was around $30 with tax. I actually got this from Walmart. Now, I would not suggest getting fragrances from Walmart if you don't purchase them in the store, because if you order them online, sometimes it's not like the actual fragrance, it's like a dupe for the fragrance. I've had that happen to me before, but this one I did order for pickup in the store, so this is the actual Sabrina Carpenter perfume for sure. So I just wanted to give you guys that little tip to make sure that you order for pickup in the store. Also, don't mind my kitten in the background, she's just sitting on my ottoman. But let's go ahead and open her up. I am so freaking excited for this. I'm so excited. Okay, so it looks, the box, obviously you could tell through the clear wrapper that it looks exactly like the original Sweet Tooth fragrance, only it looks like a caramel bar instead of the pink bar that she had before. So cute. Inside of the box, it's pink. We love us a pink inside, okay? A pink interior. That's so cute. I think the pink box had a white interior. I wish she would have just done them pink, but I love that she put the pink interior inside of this box. It still kind of sticks with her brand, very much so. Looking just like the original Sweet Tooth fragrance. Let me go grab that for you guys so we can compare the two. Okay, so here is the original Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth fragrance. You guys can see it looks exactly the same, only this one's pink and this one's a brown tan color. Super cute if you are like a minimalistic girly and you're into the neutral tones. I think you'll like this one a lot better as an aesthetic on your vanity versus the pink one, but of course you guys know I love the pink one. Sabrina Carpenter in gold, the name of the fragrance and the designer in gold on the side, I believe. Yeah, this one's in gold as well on the side, so giving the same type of vibe. But let's just see what my girl is working with today, Sabrina. Let's see. Let's get into the fragrance notes for this. Okay, so the scent profile has the top fragrance notes as sugared lemon, ooh, orange zest, almond milk. How I don't think I've ever had a scent that's had almond milk in it. What does almond milk smell like? And freesia. The heart of the fragrance notes has orange blossom, tiger orchid, dark chocolate, bean, and vanilla. Dark chocolate, actually chocolate in general as a whole, is a very tricky note to pull off. I noticed a lot of fragrances that say they have dark chocolate or they have chocolatey or cocoa bean notes in them. I never actually smell like the legitimacy of the cocoa bean. I almost always smell like this artificial like Tootsie Roll type of chocolate, or I just don't smell it at all. So I'll be interested to see how that note pulls out. It is a middle note, so it's not going to be at the top of the fragrances, but hopefully as we go into the dry down, I'll be able to pick up on some type of cocoa bean or chocolatey notes. And then the base fragrance notes are sandalwood, caramelized amber, patchouli, and fluffy musk. All of this sounds really, really good to me. I am a little bit afraid of the freesia being a top note. I would have hoped, since this is a gourmand fragrance, that the freesia would be more of like a middle to base note, only because I feel like when you start to add floral notes into gourmand notes, sometimes, not all the time, depends on how it's done, the floral note can kind of overpower the gourmand, and I don't necessarily like that because I'm a gourmand girly. I'm not like a floral girly. So we'll see what she's talking about. So the scent profile's character is caramel, sexy, and feminine. So this is a feminine fragrance if you guys are looking for something like that. And I love Sabrina. I think she's really cute. I think she's adorable, and I stan Sabrina. So yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I am a little bit nasally in this nose, so I'm going to be smelling things through this nose. I can smell through both of my noses, you guys, just this one's a little bit nasally. So I'm going to test it on this side of my nose. Not that you guys needed to know that, but it's just good to know that I am sick. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray the fragrance into the atmosphere, into the air, to see what I'm getting in the air, and then I'm going to spray it on my skin and do a skin test. I like doing it this way because I know that not everyone wears fragrance on their skin. Some people wear it in their clothes, they spray it in the atmosphere on their bed sheets. So I want to give those people an accurate review as well. So let's go ahead and give it a little spritz. Oh, I think I sprayed that straight in my face. Ooh, child. Did I just spray my face? I don't know. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so off the bat, a really warm caramel sweet note does like fill the room, fill the space. But I'm also getting a very strong orange, like an orangey scent to it as well. I'm not sure, did she say that there was orange? I think she did mention some orange, but this is like a really strong orange. So the top notes are sugared lemon, orange zest, almond milk, and freesia. So I'm definitely getting that orange, a burst of orange, and also a sweet vanilla, marshmallowy, caramelized sugar, like a brown sugary note. I don't think they mentioned brown sugar, but I am smelling more of like orange and brown sugar with vanilla. I don't know what the almond milk is supposed to smell like. There is a very creamy note and consistency to this fragrance, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily supposed to be the almond milk note or if that's supposed to be the vanilla, because there is a vanilla note, and they also have like amber, which I also feel like is like more of a creamy note. So I'm not entirely sure. I smell the patchouli. Oh my god, it smells so good. And that fluffy musk, there is a musky note to it. You don't get that initially when you spray it in the air, but I can feel as it starts to come down, it is starting to fall down more into a warm, sweet amber, patchouli, vanilla, fluffy musk. This honestly, you guys, reminds me of like pecan pie. I don't know why, because there's no note of pecan in there, but when I smell it, the initial thought that comes to my mind is like a giant pecan pie, like I'm literally baking in a pecan pie. I feel like I'm sitting in a giant pecan jacuzzi with like marshmallow covers like on my eyes instead of cucumbers. That's what I feel like. It smells so good. It's so warm, it's so sugary, it's so sweet and inviting. I do feel like it smells very, very similar and closely to Sweet Tooth. So I feel like if you have Sweet Tooth, you probably don't necessarily need to get this one unless you're just looking for much more of a warmer scent, because I feel like it is a bit warmer than Sweet Tooth. I'm just gonna test out Sweet Tooth as well for the moment to see what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay, so Sweet Tooth is a lot more vibrant, I would say a lot more fruitier. The notes of this one is definitely much more candy-like, and I would say the notes of this one is much more of like bakery scent. So candy, bakery scent if I had to compare the two. But I do love this one. It's a lot warmer for me, and it's really, really nice and girly and feminine. Also, yes, I really do like this one. Okay, you guys, so I did want to talk a little bit about the middle notes, because I feel like the middle notes sometimes can get lost in the sauce from going from top to bottom. But I just did not, and I don't really feel like I smell the chocolatey note. Maybe that will come out more on my skin, but just in the air initially, I'm not getting that strong chocolatey note. So that's a little bit disappointing, because I am hoping to find a fragrance that can do and pull off chocolatey notes very, very well. Like I said, I haven't been able to find one. A lot of the notes are very, very mellow. It just doesn't come across. Like, I feel like chocolate as a fragrance note doesn't come off very, very strong in times, or it comes off like very artificial if it is strong. Yeah, so I'm not getting the chocolatey note. I'm a little disappointed about that. Orange Blossom, I definitely got the orange zest, the orange blossom. I definitely got that citrusy, lemony, orange blossomy thing. Burst of orange blossom. I don't feel, let me just spray it one more time out away from my face. I don't feel like I smell freesia. I smell the freesia a little bit. Now, it's more or less like a powdery freesia, like a powdery scent, not a strong floral, just more of like a powdery soft scent. But I also feel like that could be the amber as well, like the freesia and the amber marry well together, which is why I feel like it's not coming off as like a strong florally note. It's definitely coming off as more of like a gourmand, sweet, warm gourmand note. I love this. I think it's really, really nice. I feel like this is more for me a daytime scent. I don't feel like I would wear this. I mean, you could wear it on a date, but I just don't feel like it's a nighttime scent. I also don't necessarily feel like it's like a very luxury high-end event type of scent. Like if I was going to like a movie premiere or some type of wedding or something like that, I don't know that I would wear this. I feel like this is more, like I said, of an everyday daytime scent. Let me run my errands, or if you like go to school and you need to go to class, this is a great scent for something like that. I'm sorry you guys, my kitten is here. She's climbing into my lap. Okay, so let's spray it on our skin and see what we think. And you guys, I do love the spritz of it. It does come out in a very round aromatic way, and I'm obsessed with that. This is a very potent scent, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have a cold as well, but this is a very potent scent. Like, I love the potency of this. It's so freaking nice. I just spritzed it on my wrist. I'm going to let it sit for a second to just kind of start to go into my skin a little bit without rubbing it. I know you guys hate when I do that. It's just a habit that I developed early on, just dabbing and rubbing my fragrance in, but I have learned from you guys. I do know that rubbing the fragrance like that does bruise the fragrance notes, so I try my hardest not to do that in my fragrance reviews. Oh, okay, I like this. It is a little bit more citrusy on my skin than it was in the air. I feel like in the air it was definitely more sweet, gourmand, warm, caramelly. I feel like on my skin I'm getting more citrus and then caramelly sweet notes as an undertone. I feel like I'm getting a lot more lemon on my skin than I smelled in the air. I definitely smelled orange in the air. On my skin I'm smelling much more of like a lemon and orange zest mixed together. That freesia is coming through a little bit more on my skin as well as then in the air. I would say I definitely like the original more on my skin than I do the Caramel Dream, but it's still a very nice sweet gourmand fragrance that I really do like. Ooh, I like lemon though. I like this lemon on me. I do wish that it was much more of a, like a caramelly note in the top notes, because the top notes don't mention caramel at all actually, which is kind of odd to me because it is called Caramel Dream. Sometimes I get a little bit annoyed when designers put a certain note in the name of their fragrance and then they don't put that note actually in the actual fragrance. That kind of irritates me. I know you don't need the actual note for it to smell like the actual thing. Like, you could do a combination of other notes that will give off the aroma of the main note, but I still feel like if you're gonna use a note in the name like caramel, you should definitely put caramel in the fragrance notes, especially in the top fragrance notes. So if you guys remember, the top fragrance notes were sugar, lemon, orange zest, and almond milk and freesia. There was no caramel in those top notes, so I don't really smell, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't really smell caramel that strongly as I had hoped to smell it on my skin. I'm getting much more of the lemony, sweet lemon and orange zest with freesia, amber, a little bit of patchouli. I'm getting a little bit of a musky note, vanilla for sure, a little marshmallowy sweet vanilla. I don't smell the dark chocolate. I don't smell really the tiger orchid, which I'm happy about because I don't want to smell those florally notes in my gourmand fragrance. That's just me personally. And then the sandalwood, I do smell that. I do appreciate and love all of the notes that were used in this fragrance. I think they're so beautifully married and they smell so warm and inviting and beautiful together. I think it would be perfect to like snuggle up with your boo by the bonfire and roast marshmallows with this scent. That's what it kind of smells like something like that, like an everyday scent, or like a chill scent, like a chill fragrance, but just smells really pretty and nice and girly. It does smell a lot like the original Sweet Like Candy, but Sweet Like Candy, that's Ariana Grande. What am I talking about? It does resemble the original fragrance, the Sweet Tooth fragrance, but not too much. And I'm sorry you guys about the stumping upstairs. That is my neighbor. I think she's trying on every pair of shoes she has in her closet because she just keeps opening and closing the closet doors, and I just keep hearing different pairs of shoes stomp on the ground. But I have to get this video up for you guys. So I smell the amber. I can get where they got the idea that this was a caramel fragrance, but I just wish that the caramel note was actually put in a fragrance. That to me would have made this fragrance top tier. I still really do like the fragrance. Okay, dolls, so let's go ahead and get into rating this fragrance. Okay, so it was around $30 and it's a 1 ounce. I think that's a really good deal for what you get. I think most fragrances these days, you're lucky to find a really good fragrance for under $100. So this being $30, I feel like that's a really good deal. I do feel like it's worth it. So for price point, I would definitely give this a 10 out of 10 for price point. I feel like I got what I paid for and maybe even a deal somewhere in the process. So I do absolutely love that. For packaging, I think the packaging is really cute. I just feel like I wish she would have changed it up just a little bit. It is exactly the same as Sweet Tooth, which nothing wrong with that. I just wish that maybe we could have had like, maybe the bar was kind of like dripping, like not to copy off of Too Faced chocolate bar palette, but I do kind of feel like this reminds me of Too Faced chocolate bar palette, and I feel like if she would have just put some like dripping melting gold down the side or like a bite out of it, I thought that that would be a little bit of a cuter twist on the original Sweet Tooth fragrance. But other than that, I do think the packaging is really cute. I just feel like it looks more like a chocolate bar than a caramel, to me. It just reminds me more of chocolate. Okay, so for packaging, I'm gonna give packaging a 7 out of 10. I think it's really cute. I like that it kind of resembles the same packaging as the original, but I wished it would have had something a little bit more different, as I had already mentioned previously. So that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Okay, so for longevity, we'll have to talk about this a little bit in the comments later on, but it has to me right now about the same longevity as the original Sweet Tooth fragrance that I have that I reviewed already. So I would say it's kind of around the same rating, but I don't want to give you guys an accurate rating until I've worn it for a few days. So I will respond to you guys in the comments below and let you know what I think about the longevity of this. The throw, I feel like, is actually pretty good. I feel like when I spritzed it, it did fill the room. Now I am in my closet, which isn't really that big, but for spritzing it one time and it filling the room and it's still kind of lingering in the room, I feel like the throw on this is going to be really good. I know the throw on the original fragrance is really good, so I'm hoping the same for this. Again, this is one of those things that I'm probably going to have to chit chat with you guys in the comments about later. And as far as potency goes, this is a very good potent fragrance. If I had to rate the potency on this fragrance, I would definitely give it more of like a 6 out of 10. I think that it's pretty potent. I love it. I think that it's really loud. I just don't feel like it's as loud as other fragrances I have. Like Ariana Grande's fragrance is a lot more potent than this one in particular. Maybe not the original Sweet Tooth fragrance, but for this one, it's definitely a lot more potent. I also feel like I have a lot of Victoria's Secret fragrances and just Pink Sugar. Yeah, just a lot of my fragrances that I'm looking at right now that I feel like is a lot more potent than this one. But this one is still very good and still very potent. It's a really sweet, soft scent. It does kind of remind me a little bit of Ariana Grande's Maud Vanilla in a way. I don't know why, but it is giving me Maud Vanilla a little bit. So not as potent as the other fragrances that I have, but still pretty potent, and I do like it. And I do feel like this is something that I would probably carry in my purse and just spritz on me like as a daily wear and daily use. Okay, so let's talk about the fragrance notes a little bitty bit. I'm just gonna sum up everything I kind of said already before, which is fragrance notes wise, I love the way the fragrance notes marry together. I love the way it's a burst of citrusy, sweet citrusy, orange, vanilla, soft freesia. I love that, and I love that it goes down into a warm, ambery, caramelized, musky patchouli note. Very, very nice. What I was getting lost in the sauce on was the chocolatey note. I was really hoping to smell that note. I just really didn't smell that. And also, for the simple fact that you used caramel dream, you used the word caramel in the actual name of the fragrance, I was really hoping that there would be a caramel note in the fragrance. And as I read the notes, you guys heard me, there was no caramel notes in the fragrance, and which is understandable of why I didn't smell caramel in the actual fragrance. So I could see how you could call it caramel dream, because it is a warm, sweet, vanilla-y, sugary, brown sugary note. But does it smell like caramel, you guys? Like, legitimately, it does not smell like strongly of caramel, and I'm just being honest with you. If you guys have ever had taffy candy, it kind of smells like vanilla taffy to me, or like marshmallow taffy, or not necessarily even taffy, more like toffee. Toffee is what I'm thinking, like the chewy vanilla toffee candies. That's kind of what it's giving. It's not necessarily giving caramel. I know toffee and caramel kind of fall in the same type of category, but it's definitely different. And I just feel like if you're going to put caramel in the name of the fragrance, it needs to be in the notes, because now your customer is expecting to smell caramel, you know? And I didn't really feel like I got the caramel note that I wanted. However, I do feel like all of the other notes really do marry together. Everything that they mentioned for the most part inside of the description is correct. Outside of the chocolatey note, I didn't really get that, and I didn't really get an orchidy note either. So those two kind of fell behind the wayside. So for that reason, I am going to rate this fragrance a 6.5 out of 10. I feel like it's a really nice fragrance. I can definitely see myself picking this up a lot, especially throughout the fall season. I feel like this is probably going to be my favorite this coming fall, but I just didn't feel like it reached level 10 for me in the fragrance notes category, only because, again, that caramel note, that's like the main note I was hoping to smell. And then you said chocolate and it wasn't there. Like, babe, I can't. And overall, I'm gonna rate this fragrance a 7 out of 10. I think it's a really good fragrance. Definitely top tier, top on my list of fragrances that I would wear, specifically more towards fall than any other time of the year, I feel like. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope this was very helpful and inspiring. Also, if you have any fragrance video suggestions, please leave them in the comment below for me, and I will be sure to review your next fragrance. I love you, dolls. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Bye, dolls.